Welcome back to FTB Interactions. Today we're going to get started with some automation of our setups. So we're going to want to automate these kilns. To get started with that, we're going to need drying racks, because in order to make these, we need conveyors to basically extract stuff out of these and put them into chests, or at least chest to get started. So if we just take, we'll just take this for a second, and yes, and someone did say how you actually take stuff out of here. It's shift right click, and if we put that there, we ideally want stuff to come out of here and into this chest. That'll be good, at least for the moment. And let's just get a little bit of glass. And we're going to want more of that, so I'm ready to queue it up. In any case, conveyors. To get conveyors, you need plastic. From plastic, you need rubber. And rubber, well, we have rubber saplings, but we actually need to process this sticky resin, or the sticky resin we get from rubber wood, into rubber itself. So if we just go for the uses of this, in drying racks, you can convert that into dry rubber directly. It takes 12 seconds apparently. So we're going to need some drying racks. And drying racks need string. They're going to be fetched from your various different things. I think they're fetched from, I want to say the fisherman's thing. We do actually need to, I've just run out of strainers at the moment. But if we just grab and make sure I keep this going a little bit. Any of these have any bait in them? Ah, 2 of them. That's fine. I'll craft more of those later. Put those both in. So yes, your string will probably come from that more than anything else. And we, of course, have our ground traps, which need to be automated at some point as well. These actually have some beef in them, so that's fine. Unfortunately, the stuff that's in them does not stack. So if you don't have them automated yet, go through and keep on checking them just in case it fills, because you're going to want the bones and such. So we will keep that. The feathers as well. The chickens we can convert over, of course. And the leather. So yeah, that's 2 leather. You're going to probably want more, but that's okay for now. Let's just put that away. And raw duck. I guess we just put that in here. All right. Now, to get started, we need string. So I've got some string already, I want to say. I've got some string somewhere. Here it is, 10 string. That's enough for 3 of these, so I'm just going to make 2 for now. And then we're going to need to just process some planks. Those planks just using a table saw. And we're going to need, for 2, we're going to need 12 of these. So 12 slabs. And I was making them for the roof because the rain was annoying me, but I haven't quite finished that off yet. And it's okay. So we'll just create the recipe for these. And there we go. So 2 drying racks. Not very many, but they'll do. And then we could put in some sticky resin. And that should dry out. Now, of course, we do want more string than that, but I don't think there's another shortcut for string. Let's take a look. String. Is there any shortcut that we might get? Now that we've got things like the Philosopher's Stone. And yes, it is in the Fisherman's Strainer. Yep, you get a chance of string. Crafting, sisal, flax. We already know about that. We have cotton available, and that's what we're already getting. Here's the cotton. So I do have some cotton plants growing, but we're probably going to want more for those later. Anyway, to get started, we need, there we go. We've got dry rubber. So we can take the dry rubber, we can smelt it up in a kiln, thankfully, and it'll convert into plastic. So let's just put both of those in, and we're going to do exactly the same thing, at least to get started, because these are relatively quick. Using other things on the drying rack, things like leather and, zombie flesh into zombie, whatever it's called, zombie jerky. That's normally quite a long process. This is quite a quick one. Yep, there we go. So, yeah, I will just get a few more of those, but we'll cook them up, and it also is quite quick to turn into plastic. So the plastic, then, we're going to convert into conveyors. So conveyor, I'm going to add these as just shortcuts. So I have these. So let's see, dropping, extraction, inserting. I think those will actually do. So the white conveyor belt needs 6 plastic, needs a couple of stone gears and some low covalence dust. The stone gears are just sticks and stones, as you might imagine. Plastic, of course, we're going to get, and then that's just for 4 conveyors. And then we want the extraction conveyor upgrade, I think. Yeah, so that is also going to need 1 for 1. So that's 3 there, and then so I'm going to need 7 plastic total, it seems. Nearly done. both of you in. And this should actually be enough once I get started. So, how many do I have right now? 4. We just need 2 more. So let's get some of those stone gears. I want at least 3 or 4 of them. So let's just make a few stone gears. In fact, I'm going to need like 7 of them. So we're going to need a recipe like that. 8 will do. That's pretty handy. And I'm out of sticks, but I've got plenty more in the chest. Yeah, let's grab another stack. And then we just need rice slime ball as well, I'd imagine. At least 1. We've got 4 available. Ooh, I did notice, by the way, emerald nuggets do drop from those villagers. The one, not the zombie version, but the version that was innocent that we took the heart out of. Yes. So I may well make another one for some emeralds. That will probably come in useful at some point soon. And we're ready, or we should be. Let's just grab both of you. Get both of those in, and then we can make the conveyors, which is the starting one from here for like conveyor belts. And then we should also be able to make the upgrade. At least we're going to want 3 of these, aren't we? So actually, I need 9 plastic, not 7. I was, yeah, it's 1-to-1. That's unfortunate. So let's just get a couple of you. And can I make the extraction upgrade? Ooh, it also takes the conveyor belt itself, so I'm going to need even more. So let's take 1 for now. Now, are these, hopefully these will just deploy this way. Can I just put them on the ground? No, do I have to put them onto something? I could have pushed them away. I sort of wanted them to go sort of right angles. Can we actually get them to go right angles? Yes, we can. Okay. And will these automatically pull, or do I need another space going outwards and then coming straight from there? I'm not quite sure. Let's try this with an extraction upgrade. Okay, so that actually attaches to... I quite like that, aside from the Z fighting there. Is it Z fighting? I think it's Z fighting. Yeah, so that should do. Let's just then make some sand. Sand. I'll make a stack. Oh, well, half a stack. I'm running out. And let's just throw you in here. Okay, and that should smelt up and hopefully start ending up in this chest. I quite like that. Off to make more. Now, if you wanted to put a hopper into the floor here and then put a chest in that block right there, then this would work perfectly well. But as it is, it can't insert into the chest without an inserting upgrade, so we're going to need to make one of those as well. So let's just go for insertion upgrade. We're going to need some more of the white conveyor belt. Let's just grab some of you. That's 4 of those, and that's going to probably want more, isn't it? Yeah, well, actually, we can make 1, and that should be enough. So if we just go and grab you, do I just right-click on here? Yes, and that works. Good. So now I just need a couple more plastic, which conveniently is when I run out. Of course it is. Then I can then upgrade both of the kilns to those, and we just need stone gears, I think, for that one. What is it for the extraction? Yeah, lots and lots of stone gears, in fact. So this stockpile of cobblestone and sticks actually will not actually go all that far. For example, it will go exactly 16 of these. We're going to need lots of these stone gears, so we may as well just make it up. And is that enough? We just need 2 more plastic, which should be done. Should be ready, even, to be cooked. And then everything should start processing automatically. Of course, you need to put chests on top or something along those kind of lines to make that easier, but up to you entirely from that point onwards. Okay, and now they're all working, and working quite nicely, I might imagine. Yep, that's working fine. It's making low-grade charcoal for us when we put wood in there. We're going to just do a few other things. First of all, let me just get a little bit more string in case I need it later. And put those away. There we go. And I'm going to take the candleberry, which just finished growing, and we're going to make a pot for it. So it needs to make wax. So of course we need to melt that wax. So we need a stick and 4 bricks, I think. Yeah, I'll make a pot. The pot we can combine with the candleberry to make a pressed wax, and then we get the pot back, of course. A typical kind of thing for Pam's Harvestcraft. And then we use the pressed wax to make the leather. So if we have leather in my inventory still, no, we've got 1 there. So we use that and this. It makes hardened leather. The hardened leather we should be able to use to make the mitts. So we need 4 woven cotton and basically a slime ball. So we've got slime ball. So we need the 4 woven cotton, which I made before from, again, the, what's the recipe for that again? It's from 2 string. Yes, unfortunately, use a lot of string at this stage, but still should still be fine. So let's just use this to make this. So here, 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 and we got some mitts. Good. So that should be one of our quests. This one in particular. No rewards, but it starts to unlock us towards lava. So I'm probably going to want another workbench for this, just because I want to keep this one with water in it, and the other one will have lava, just in case we need that. So I'm going to see if we can actually make the tools again. I'm going to need to put some stuff away, aren't I? Let's get rid of a few of these things. Let's put away some of that kind of stuff, and we should have room now. I wonder if the actual flint implements will let us, the direct flint implements like this will actually count. That's 2, and then we need a shovel for a 3rd one. There we go. And if I just make then a crafting table, and the workbench is the upgrade to crafting table, so should be able to make the workbench. Let's just search it, look at the recipe, and then workbench, 2 words. No? What's that called? Basic work table. Yeah, close enough. Work table. Can I shift click those in? They don't appear to count. Let's see if I can do it manually. If it doesn't work, then that's fine. So 1, 2, 3. No, I guess I have to use the versions that we initially created, the really terrible ones. However, if you remember, I did craft a few of those. So if we just grab those back, we should be able to reuse them. So I'll put you in and shift click you in. We need... We're short. What are we short on? It's got to be one of the tools. We got 2 axes. 2 axes is not going to help. We need one of the flint. Rudimentary pickaxe. So the pickaxe head is 3 flint, which we have. Okay, 3 flint. And is that with a stick? No, is it with a stone stick? Yes. Cool. Then we should be able to craft a work table. Come on, I know I have the hatchet. I know you counted. I made the original one with that, so let's try and put this in. It does actually count. And it only takes off a little bit of durability of them, so we can make more than 1, I guess. I'm not going to need more than 1 for now, but I will do it in the future. Let's put you... I want somewhere nice. Let's put that at the back, maybe? Yep. And we're going to basically be making this melter. So we need to shift-click stuff in. I'm just going to make sure I pull some of this stuff back out. I don't want to make too many of these. Well, I shouldn't make them accidentally, but you get the idea. And that should work if we have lava. Lava, on the other hand, we're going to need obsidian for. And that is in the transmutation table. Once you get enough EMC, you're going to need 4,096 to make 1 obsidian. And that then, well, once we put this somewhere useful, I'm going to... Why would the rain have to start? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to just put that in a container just to start off with, just made out of stone or something. Doesn't have to be terribly good. I can just get some cobble from here. Got some in my inventory, that'll do. So I'm just going to put that down temporarily. Okay, and I say temporarily, as long as this next step works. So obsidian, and then I can turn that into lava with a philosopher's stone. Yep, and then we should be able to hold mitts and grab the clay bucket, hopefully. And then, hopefully again, we should be able to put it in the workbench. It is in the workbench. Those are buckets, and we should, once we put the right tool in here, be able to make this. Now, what do we need for the melter? It is the mallet, and was there a mallet in there? It probably needs like a fresh mallet. Yeah, we have a fresh mallet there. Let's just see if this actually works. Great, we've got the melter. Okay, the melter is one part of that. The other part I'm going to need is porcelain, and I've got some unfired porcelain here. Let's put you in there. That should turn into porcelain brick, which I've got some of here. So I'll use this porcelain brick. And we'll then be able to make a... Is that a basin? Is the tank just one more? What's the tank? We need glass in the middle. Well, glass isn't a problem. I did put some sand in, remember, so we should have enough to make some glass out of these glass shards. Yep, that will do. Let's put you back. Much faster now. And then we should be able to make the tank. So that's the second step. One of those goes on top of the other. The tank goes underneath. And then we are going to need, I guess, a casting table and a casting basin. So let's just look at porcelain and let's just see what we can actually make. Yeah, there's casting channels as well. That's one way of doing things. So we're going to the casting table. We're going to want. We've got everything else, I think. Porcelain window that should increase the capacity, I think, above the melter, and the faucet. So I'm going to need more bone shards. That's going to need me to process more bone into bone meal, which means I need to craft another one of these mortars, which needs just regular stone. Now, we do have a philosopher's stone now, and that does mean we can shortcut this. So if I get some more gravel and get a stack of gravel, convert that back over into flint, and the flint we can then combine with the stone. So if I just... Oh, this would... Yeah, I can't do this just yet. I actually have to cook it up. What I was going to do is convert this into stone like that. But of course, if we break it, it turns back into cobblestone, so I can't just immediately convert that. However, that is fine because we can actually convert it just fine in one of these. So let's just actually make up some stone. And I think I have enough. Yeah, I do have enough spare to make another one without that, because I assumed that I'd need more. And then we'll convert some bones over to bone meal, but convert the bone meal with some clay into unfired porcelain. And then the unfired porcelain can go basically into each of these. Now, what you may notice, I've created this stepped thing because these will join to each other, of course, like vanilla mechanics, and then you can't put another chest next to them, so I've just stepped this down, and this will work perfectly well, I would have thought. Yeah, that's working perfectly well. Oops, I didn't want fire bricks. Well, fire bricks, that'd be interesting. Yeah, I want clay. Well, porcelain. Fine, that should all start processing automatically and pop into here with some porcelain bricks. Now we've got to decide where to put our Tinker's Smeltery, our very early Tinker's Complement Smeltery. And I haven't pretty much decided where. What I might do is think about building it back out here. For this kind of thing, you almost want a multi-step area. I sort of want... Let's see if I can get some more dark cobblestone. Cobble. Yep, that'll do. So if we have a chest here, for instance, our final chest, we then want a block above it, so on top of this one. So let's just put blocks down either side. And then we want a block above that, I think, on top of here, I think. Yeah, so we're going to want a casting table here, or something like a casting table or casting basin. That's going to be the block for the tank, and then on top of it is going to be the melter. So we should be able to put those down already, I think. Let's put the tank down. No auto refill yet, but that'll come along. There we go, that's valid, so we can actually melt stuff up. And it will then need to pour into something, which will then need to basically output. So we need to get some space and make sure I put a floor in, just in case I need to knock this through in the future. Let's just grab you. And then that should do the job. We need a whopper, but we've got a whopper already. And that's pointing at this block. Yep. So now we just need a chest. I've got a little bit of wood I need. Can we actually make wood? Do I have any spare? It doesn't look like I do. Can we make it from this? With another saw? No. Looks like we can't use rubber wood to make rubber planks. Well, rubber tree planks, I should say. Fine, I just need to go and get some more wood. Okay, with that got, let's see if we can actually craft some more stuff. So presumably a table is going to be the regular kind of recipe. Hopefully that hasn't changed too much. And a porcelain faucet. We're going to pop those down. So the table can go there. The faucet can go on the front. And that's pretty much the basic smeltery done. Well, the basic Tinker's Complement casting smeltery thing. It doesn't do alloys, so we got to avoid that. We still have the ability to make more from lava back here. However, what we are going to need more of is EMC to make another obsidian to be able to put it in here. We would definitely like the ability to reproduce obsidian without me having to go through saplings every time. It is a bit laborious to do so. However, in the quests area, we do have quests that we got done. So Crash Course, we get no rewards, but for the Flom Dog Melter quest, we have Apple Pie and we have a Redstone Clock. The Redstone Clock's going to be quite useful, so we're going to set that up as well. That is relatively easy to set up. You can just put it, for example, right about, I would say here. Yeah, there you go. And that should start this ticking, trying to pour stuff in there. We can control that with a lever, I would have thought. So let's just, should have stuff in my inventory for levers. Let's grab one. There we go. And let's pop that underneath there. And that turns it off. Good. So we can control it whenever we want it to start pouring automatically. Once things cast properly, they should drop it into the hopper and into the chest. So we do need casts to actually get that going. We don't have gold or anything else to cast into that yet, but there is, I think, like a clay cast. Yeah, there's a temporary clay cast that you can make for most things. Only lasts for one particular activity, but you can actually cast stuff out. So for example, if you need one iron ingot and you had iron ore, then away you go. Right, okay, so that is that quest done. And then we're down to here. So 10 overworld portal blocks to get this, and you get teleporters and then the shards. Okay, so let's see what the quest actually says. You want to craft this block to get to the overworld, however you just might die. So why not take it slow and follow some of the quests to get yourself better equipped. Also, the other side of the portal should not be left undefended, like the portal with your Philosopher's Stone. And yeah, so is there any of the others we can actually get into? I guess there is. Different categories. So what do we actually need to make the portal blocks? Probably going to be obsidian now. 10 overworld portal block. Overworld portal block. Let's add a shortcut. Right. It needs reed. Which I would assume is, yeah, sugarcane with X-tone tile, cross-tone tile maybe, which is stone slabs and chisel stone, and we know how to make that. We can make stone slabs, of course, with regular stone, which we can now cook up automatically in our kilns. So that's not a problem. The paper wall is paper. We already know how to make that. Just smash sugarcanes with a hammer in your table. Low covalence dust and seared bricks, which are just smeltery stuff basically. So seared bricks is just 4 of the grout cooked up. So you can already do that, and it is in our lava, but that does take 100 lava, 100 millibuckets. So for 10 of these you need an entire bucket, which we're short of. So we definitely can't do that. We definitely need more lava. And since this says looking at the quests, yes, there are some I actually needed to turn in. So I got a free insertion upgrade and an extraction upgrade from doing these. So we can do that as well. I will be needing them, so don't worry, they're not wasted. And we have this fairy dust, which comes from the heart quest I did last episode. So that's done as well. Over in the God's Plan tab, we've got the Philosopher's Stone, so we can then get equivalent exchanged. I'm not quite sure what that actually does for us, unless it enables some features. Let me just put some stuff away. Let's just put you over here. We do actually need some lights in here. That's for certain. And I need to craft some lights for that kind of thing. Equivalent exchanged. So it's just a trophy. Fair enough. And when we actually earned it. So for now, I'm just going to put that right there. And equivalent exchanged, so you know exactly when I earned it, or at least when I turned in the quest, nothing else. Yes, it is 9 p.m. 9:30 even. So where do we go from here? I want to put these tools back in, and I want to see if there's any way to EMC farm other than this manual approach of saplings we've been doing. We can get leaves, and I just wondering how much EMC we're going to get for leaves. So why don't we just grab some flint shears for a second, and let's see if the leaves are actually any better than the saplings. The saplings are 32, if I remember rightly. I know that's very, very dark on the screen. Sorry, there are leaves in front of me, I promise. And let's just try and extract them. The leaves are 16, and we can get them quite easily. Yeah, we can easily get that, and they're half the saplings, but they're extremely easy to get by comparison. So let's dump them into our system. Still nowhere near enough for an obsidian, but should be doable. Yeah. I need to make some shears, though, so I will go and do that. Get a few more sets of leaves, and we'll see where that leaves us. And in case you're wondering, yes, torches you can make from bark and sticks, I think. Yep, so we can lighten this up, and there's dynamic light around. Oh, that's quite nice. I do quite like that. We are just going to put some lights up in here, just to start off with, just to make sure everything is lit up. And one on that side. And we can do the same thing around our saplings, and make sure this area is lit up as well. Well, we could if I didn't run out of bark. I didn't actually make that much of it. Anyway, onward. So I did switch over from oak saplings in here to go to birch saplings. I did see them on, I think, Willex's channel. And forgive me, Willex, if you are watching. I didn't watch the whole video, but I did see that he was using birch ones. That just gave me the idea. I assume that's why he was using them, is that presumably they don't have the more complex large variant. So just remove the roof so that we don't need the roof, and things will grow a lot faster. And then we can just basically get quite a lot of birch at one time. And then we can decide what we actually want to do with these. In this case, we're just going to take all the leaves that we can via, flint shears, and we get multiple stacks. Let's just throw that shears away, and that should give us enough. Let's just get birch leaves all in there. That's 5,263, and of course we can put the birch saplings in there, but we can just put these back. And I'm just putting them in rows like this. I think there may be some behavior about putting them right next to each other that's bad. I need to look at vanilla mechanics again, see if that's actually the case, or maybe it's just crops or something. But in any case, this works actually perfectly well. So if you can compare how long I'm not sure if I showed it on camera, but you can wait quite a long time if you put roofs over these things. So instead, just go to like this, and they immediately start growing all over the place. And you can just grab as much as you want here. In our case, yeah, I just keep running out of axes. So let's just put this away. There we go. And you'll get long lines of wood if you actually do this, and then we can convert those over into planks and everything else. So as normal, in this case, then we can just put in our birch leaves. So we have enough for at least one more obsidian, and we can do the same conversion process to actually get that into a good form for, well, first of all, let's just see, have you actually cooked up some buckets? You have. So we should be able to convert a couple of those over. If I just remove, let's say this one and that one. Okay. And that means I can put these down, convert these over. And now we're just going to take lava. And we've got the mitts on. Do remember to do that. Put another one in here because we're going to need that for the portal. And put one over in here to be able to use it for basically melting stuff up. So we've got everything we need. We've got a sort of kind of automated melter. We've got the ability to make that portal. We just need bits and pieces now, and we're probably going to have to look into other stuff that we need to make it survivable on the other side, because it may well get extremely dark depending on the time of day. And I probably want to put in some nice roof in here as well. But we've got our apple tree growing up there, with the birch interspersed with it. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for this episode. We got quite a bit done, and trying to get ourselves ready for that final bit, which is crafting the portal down here. We've gone through most of the rest of these quests. There is a couple of things. So Architect's saw bench. I need to set up a automated saw setup. I will show you that next episode, but it is going to be very much akin to this kind of thing. We're going to use these, and I think that's pretty much it. We should be able to just copy most of these. I do actually need to make more drying racks, which means I need to get some more sticky resin from rubber wood, etc. And that's fine. So I'll do that before the beginning of the next episode. So we're ready to start next episode. Other than that, have you got any ideas about what you want to see in the base? I think I'll probably want to do an actual proper crop area soon so that we can just have these. And someone did comment, thank you very much for the comment, saying, yeah, it just appears to be for the not for the strainer bases, it's within 8 blocks in any direction. That's slightly unfortunate. So we could, I guess, just put one in the middle of this, which is crazy, or we just have them basically in a long line with 8 blocks in between each one, and just have a regular grid of them, which is another option to do that. But so we do actually need to get more strainers installed, and presumably these are okay, but we will need more bait, and that's straightforward because I've got quite a few bits and pieces of wheat down now. How's our consumption doing? Yeah, well, not great. I do actually need to make that better, but I'll not destroy my crops by jumping on them. But we'll get another candleberry, so that's useful, and we will then be able to multiply that up by just putting it through the crafting grid. And then I'm going to just go and find a blank space, put it there, and then we'll be able to get some more wax available and do other things with it. Fine, that's that pretty much done. Yeah, I've got 24 wheat, so that's 24 lots of 4 bait that we can put into these and get meat out of this, basically. Okay, so if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you next episode for some more automation, and then maybe even the portal, and see what the actual overworld's like, because obviously the void world is sort of our starter area. I think this is going to be just a thing that we don't use anymore. It seems like beyond Obsidian, we're not really going to be using it, so it's going to be into the overworld. So it's almost like a starter game mechanic, which is opposite to what it normally is. But yeah, it's okay to get some Obsidian to get started with. Otherwise, we'll see you next episode for some more FTB interactions. If you want to get more notifications, click on the bell. Most importantly than all of that, leave comments for everyone else. The last 3 videos, people have been leaving comments, so hope to see more of those. Otherwise, as always, guys, thanks for watching.